According to Schopenhauer, all suffering is caused by willing, and the more intense the willing, the more intense the suffering. Addiction. How does one get over an addiction? The writer of this article says about his cigarette addiction. Whenever I wanted a cigarette, I gave myself a cigarette. It was that simple. That is, whenever the will wanted something, I gave it what it wanted. I did that over and over for several years, and the effect of it was to maximally increase the intensity of my wanting. So when I wanted a cigarette, I wanted it very intensely, craved it, needed it. If ever I went without one for more than a couple of hours, I really felt it. I longed for, craved, needed a cigarette. The intensity of the willing was very high, and every time I gave the will what it wanted, it had the ultimate effect of actually increasing the need for more cigarettes. The problem becomes how to diminish the intensity of the willing. The way is to not give the will what it wants. When I want a cigarette, I deny myself that cigarette. The first time I do that, the pain and struggle will be immense and will seem to last forever. As I keep denying my will what it wants, though, over time, the pain of not having a cigarette slowly diminishes. And by practicing that self-denial over a very long time, eventually the desire for a cigarette diminishes to literally zero. So the problem is how to diminish the intensity of one's willing. The answer is practice denying the will what it wants. This is asceticism, or self-denial. The mortification of the will. If unfulfilled wanting is what causes suffering, you have to try to get rid of the wanting. Trying to get what you want just increases the intensity of your wanting and thus increases the intensity of suffering.